or towards the sky. And just kind of allowing your shoulders to kind of relax down. So actually, as we inhale, let's go ahead and float the shoulders up. And then exhale, send them all the way down. Blink your eyes closed if that's comfortable for you. We'll do it again. Inhale, let the shoulders ride up towards the ears. Allow the rib cage to expand, and then exhale through an open mouth, heavy sigh. Really releasing that tension in the tops of the shoulders then. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, let the shoulders float up, lengthening the spine, expanding the rib cage. And then this time as you exhale, send the shoulders down and back. Allowing your head and neck to come in line with the rest of the spine. Think about the natural curves in your spine as you sit. So starting from the crown of your head, all the way down to your tailbone. Not necessarily exaggerating any of those natural curves of the spine, but just kind of appreciating the length and the space in the spine, and trying to capture that length and space by sitting in an upright position or an upright posture. Allow your hands to soften and relax on your lap or on the sides of your legs. Palms down will be more of a grounding position if you feel the need for that today. Palms up, more of a receiving position, opening the heart a little bit more. Do what feels right for your body. And just begin to deepen the breath. Allow the belly to expand with your inhale. Retract with your exhale. Really think about shifting that breath nice and low into the belly. Inhaling, expand. Exhaling, retract. Inhaling, expanding the belly. Exhaling, gently drawing in. Inhaling to expand and create space. Exhaling to let go. Inhaling a sense of peace and gratitude. Exhaling tension, discomfort. Inhaling something that you need today. Exhaling, letting go. So continuing to breathe in that way for about 5 or 6 more breath cycles. And if it helps you, think about using that in-breath to pull something into your mind or your body that you need today, and using that out-breath to let go, something that isn't serving you well. It's more powerful to kind of name those things too, especially if something's really weighing heavily on you today. And if not, then even just saying to yourself, inhale and exhale, or breathe in, breathe out, is something to bring your mind into the practice and connect it to your breath. So we'll do that for a couple more breath cycles. Just at your own pace. And then one more time as you inhale, think about lengthening the spine. This time send your arms up, one or both arms reach through your fingertips. Think about lengthening the side bodies. As you exhale, keep your arms raised, but let the shoulders fall down away from the ears. Continuing to breathe, so inhaling, reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling, drawing the navel into the spine, softening the tops of the shoulders. Good, one more time. So we'll inhale, reach through the fingertips, lengthening the entire trunk. And then as we exhale, we'll send the left arm down, reach the right arm up and over, gentle side stretch. You can look down. If you want to come down to your forearm, you certainly could do that. Otherwise, you're just on a straight elbow. Whatever feels good for your body. Kind of reaching up and over, stretching into that entire side of your trunk. And then maybe turning your gaze up towards the ceiling or down towards that left hand. On an in-breath, sweep your trunk back up. Bring both arms up. As you exhale, Send the right arm down, reach the left arm up and over. Gaze down towards that right hand, or up towards the ceiling. Feeling that entire side body stretch. Softening your face and your jaw. Inhaling, drawing both arms all the way up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, open up the heart. Pull the elbows towards the side bodies and lift the chin. Think about drawing your shoulder blades together and down your back as you open up the heart. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And then exhale, forward fold. Allow your back to round. Breathe in and out into the low back. Start to move your hands over to the right side, once again inviting a side body stretch. All the way down into that left hip. And then walking your hands back to the center, pausing before you move your hands over to the left. Trying your best to keep both sit bones grounded here. Directing your breath where you feel tightness or restriction into the body today. Coming up back to the center, pausing here, a gentle round in the back. And then as you inhale, walking your hands all the way up. Depending on your leg position here, if you have the opportunity to favor one leg, go ahead and switch which leg you have positioned in front. So just depending on your seated position, you may or may not be able to do that. We'll take our hands, turn the palms away. We'll bring the shoulder blades in and down again and then lift the chest up. So once again, pulling out of that rounded shoulder posture, straightening the elbows, feeling the stretch across the shoulders, the biceps, the base of the throat. Continuing to breathe here into that front body. And then as you exhale, slowly coming back to center. Send the legs out long. We'll take a half lotus pose here. So with both legs stretched out, we'll bring the right leg either towards the inner thigh, or if it works for you for hip flexibility, you can come to the hip crease of the left leg. You're going to try your best to let your knee and hip soften. Relax out to the side. Take a moment to find length in the spine, and then we'll rotate to the right. So remember, when you're rotating, you'll lengthen, still keeping that space in the spine, and then turning your chest towards the side wall, letting your eyes lead that rotation from the entire spine. Use your exhale to come back to center. Breathe in to find length. Pull the toes back on your straight leg, and then try forward bending. Finding a little bit of length into the back of the left thigh. Pause and breathe. Still allowing that knee and hip to relax out to the side here. Feeling some length into the hamstrings, and then you can point and flex your foot on the left. Rotate that leg if that feels good. And then bringing your trunk back up, take that top leg, set it all the way over on the opposite side of your straight leg. So the sole of your foot is going to contact the mat. You'll find that tendency to allow your spine to round. So once again, lengthen. Pull the knee towards the opposite shoulder, and then we'll take one more twist to the right. So when we're doing this, we'll feel a little bit of length into that outer hip and glute. And we'll still focus in on opening up the right side of the chest. So you'll pull that right shoulder blade in and down as you rotate through the lowest part of your belly. Use your exhale to come back to center. Sit tall to breathe in, and then take a counter twist to the left. Still grounding down through that right foot. Breathing in. Exhaling, coming back to center. Sending that bent leg out long. We'll take the left leg and move it into half lotus, or a variation. So inner thigh or opposite hip crease. You want to try your best to find a spot where you can soften through the hip and knee. Right leg is going to be straight. Take a moment to breathe in, to find length. And then as you exhale, we'll rotate to the left. Only going as far as you feel comfortable. Trying to stay connected with the breath here, so even when you're holding a pose or an asana, your mind starts to wander. Try to bring it back to your breathing. Even just paying attention on purpose to the gentle rise and fall of the belly, the subtleness of the breath. Good. As you exhale, slowly coming back to center. Once again, sit tall. Pull the toes back on the straight leg, and then breathe in. On your exhale, forward fold. So getting into that back of the thigh area, lengthening through the hamstrings. You can point and flex the foot on your straight leg or rotate the entire leg if that feels good. Not forcing any movement that we don't have. And then here, try to still relax through your bent leg. When you're ready, come back up to a long spine position, and then exhale the left sole of the foot to the mat. Breathing in, you'll pull that knee across towards your right shoulder. Feel some length into the hip and the glute. Keep flexing your foot on the straight leg, and then take another twist to the right. So breathing in to lengthen, the crown of your head lifts up towards the ceiling. Your twist is going to start from that lowest part of your belly. Relaxing your face. Use your exhale to come back to center. Last inhale to lengthen. Exhale, counter twist to the right. Good. Slowly coming back to center. Send both legs out nice and long. Use your inhale to sweep your arms up, and use your exhale to forward fold over those legs, just going as far as you feel comfortable, feeling length in the back of the thighs. Good, engaging through the belly. Use your inhale, draw the trunk back up. Think about rooting through the sit bones, reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling, soft taps of the shoulders. Good, hinge at your hip crease. Exhale, fold over your legs. Keeping this just subtle engagement into the low spine and the low belly. Use your inhale to raise those arms all the way up, and as you exhale, let your arms come down. If it's available to you today, we'll make our way into hands and knees. As we come into hands and knees, we're going to start just shifting our weight back, pressing the sit bones all the way back towards your heels as you would for extended child's pose. And then inhaling to cow or cobra if you feel ready. Big giant exhale, press all the way back. So using that motion in the hips, using that motion in your spine, pausing as you need to. Inhale, cow, tail up, heart forward, or cobra. Big giant exhale, take the knees a little bit wider, extended child's pose. Again, inhale, cow or cobra. Exhale, spread the knees a little bit, extended child's pose. Drop the sit bones all the way back. Feel that length into the side bodies. Inhale, cow, cobra. Exhale, extended child's pose. Start to flow with your breath here. Inhale, cow or cobra, heart forward, chin lifts. Big exhale, pull the belly in, extended child's pose. Inhale, cow or cobra, heart lifts, pelvis drops towards the mat. Exhale, extended child's pose. Drop the sit bones all the way back. Good, last time, inhale, cow or cobra, heart lifts, gaze ahead. Exhale, tuck and round, extended child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, step your hands in just slightly. Take the tops of the feet flat on the mat if they're not there. Inhale to cow. Exhale to super cat. So you'll round into cat, and then you'll hover the knees to engage the belly. Good, noticing some activation around the shoulder girdles as well. Good, inhale, set the knees down. Cow. Exhale, tuck and round. Super cat. Hover the knees. So feel the activation in the core. Breathing. Good, set the knees down. Inhale last time, cow. Exhale, tuck and round. Belly in, hover the knees. Super cat. Breathing, pushing away. Good, releasing the knees. Walking your hands more forward towards the top edge of your mat. Tucking the toes under and pressing into your downward facing dog. We'll take about a minute here. So I want you to do whatever feels good for your body. You can pedal out your feet, shift your hips from side to side. You can drop into extended child's pose if you like that better. So we're focusing in on listening to our bodies today. Meeting ourselves where we're at. Being kind to ourselves. Taking this time to connect with breath, movement, mindfulness. So as you're in your down dog, just kind of noticing how things feel today. Noticing tension, if you feel some extended tension or gradual tension throughout the neck or the shoulders, see if you can just let that go. And then eventually bringing your feet back so they're about hips distance apart. We're going to hold stillness in down dog. So after you've moved a little bit, really focusing in on alignment. So grounding through the hands, letting the knees work towards straight, the heels work towards the mat, but knowing that if they're off the mat or your knees are bent, totally fine. Head and neck in line with your spine. As you inhale, we'll pull the shoulders over the hands and come into plank pose. Notice that same activation that you did in Super Cat around the midsection. Pause and breathe. From plank, I want you to step your feet out the width of your mat and breathe. Good, this time step your hands a little bit closer together. On your inhale, you're going to lift your left arm up and turn your chest to your left. Modification of side arm balance, a little bit of trunk rotation. Perfectly fine to set your bottom knee down. Good, exhale, set that left hand back down, keeping your feet wide. Find downward facing dog. So right now you have your feet a little bit wider and have your feet a little bit, or your hands a little bit closer together. Use your in-breath again, shift shoulders over your hands, belly is in, navel to the spine. On your next inhale, you'll open your heart to the right, float the right arm up, turn and gaze to the right. Modification of side arm balance. From plank, pausing and breathing. As you exhale, release the arm, take your hands out, shoulder width apart, step your feet in, hips distance apart, and press back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, let your right leg come all the way up, three-legged dog. As you exhale, you're going to pull that right knee towards your left elbow and round your back. As you inhale, send it up high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, pull it to your nose this time. Round your back. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, pull it to your right elbow. Hover. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step that foot all the way through. Come into a lunge. Back knee lifted off the mat. Hands are going to frame either side of that right foot. So we'll just pause here. You can set that back knee down. Don't feel like you can't. Or you can stay up on a straight knee. Belly in. We're going to use the left hand to stay connected to the earth. We're going to use our right hand to twist. So gazing towards that right hand as you open to the right. Good. As you exhale, release that hand back to the mat. Inhale, open up again, turning to the right. Exhale, hand to the mat. Inhale, turning to the right, good. Pause here, send that right arm back towards your back foot. So you're opening your chest, you're reaching your fingertips for that back foot. Belly is in. And then as you exhale, release that right hand all the way down. Move it to the instep of your right foot. Set your back knee down and walk your right foot out a little bit for lizard lunge. So as you come into another hip opening pose here, you can do what works for you. So you can kind of shift your weight into that front leg. So you're kind of pressing and releasing that left hip flexor and quad. You can press back to get more of some hamstring lengthening. Or you can let your weight shift to the outside of your right foot, dropping that knee out to the side for more of an inner thigh and groin stretch. It is okay to come down to forearms here if you have that flexibility in your hips. Also okay to stay on a straight elbow. Continuing to breathe. Then slowly start to shift your weight a little bit further back. This time you're going to take that right foot. You're going to walk it all the way across to the left edge of your mat. We're going to set up for pigeon today. So it's been a while since I've done pigeon. So it maybe have been a while for you too, but if not, totally fine. So we're going to work towards that lower leg being parallel to the top edge of the mat, and as I'm doing right now, kind of shifting my weight to the right. We're going to try not to do that. We're going to try to keep our pelvis right in the center. So it works nicely if you have a little prop, like a block or a rolled sweatshirt or something that you can kind of tuck underneath your right sit bone. You're reaching back through your left leg, lifting your heart up, allowing that left hip to drop down. You can stay on a straight elbow here, lifting your heart up, stretching through the abdominal muscles as well. Or if you want, you can walk down to your forearms. So kind of seeing what feels good for your body. So alternative to this is going to be reclining pigeon. So especially if you have knee sensitivity issues, anything like that, you might come to your back, cross right over left, and then bring the legs in. So that'll be more of your reclining pigeon. Either one is perfectly fine. So do what works for you. Try to relax around the hips. Notice any areas where you're feeling more restricted. And then if you did come down to your forearms, take your time to come back up. And then we'll curl the back toes under. Again, moving slowly and mindfully, press back to downward facing dog. And just take a little bit of time here. So you'll notice a little bit of difference from side to side, right? We did lots of hip opening on the right side. So we're going to do those same things on the left. So just kind of notice how your hips feel. Notice how the side bodies feel. Just kind of be kind to yourself. Pausing and breathing. Bringing those feet back so they're about hips distance apart once again. Grounding through the palms. Perfectly fine to take a breather, an extended child's pose. When you're ready, we'll inhale the left leg high. Three-legged dog. As you exhale, you'll bring that left knee to the right elbow, round your back. Like you're pressing away at cat back. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, cat back. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale to the left elbow, hover. Good, inhale, left leg high. And exhale, step it all the way through a lunge. Back knee lifted, or you can set it down. Pause and breathe. Think about reaching through that back heel. You have a hand framing either side of that left foot. Belly is in. top of the head is forward. Your right hand will stay planted. We'll inhale the left arm up, twisting to the left. So this is where that back knee, if you're trying to keep that straight, do your best to really send that knee crease towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the hand back down. Belly in again, inhale, left arm up, rotate. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, left arm up, and this time reach it all the way back towards the direction of your back foot. Reaching through those fingertips, keeping that back knee lifted. Good, inhale, reach that left arm all the way up, and then as you exhale, release it back down. Go ahead and set your back knee down. We'll take both hands to the instep of the left foot this time. So just like you did on that first side, you can kind of shift your weight front to back here. So getting into the hips a little bit more, getting into the hamstrings, doing what feels good. And then eventually we'll kind of work towards walking that left foot out. Maybe allowing that knee to drop out to the side, rocking out to the outer edge of your left foot. Allowing the front of your right hip to drop down, coming into lizard pose or lizard lunge. Again, be kind to yourself. See what feels good. Feel free to modify and shift your weight and really do what works for you. Come down to forearms if you'd like. Breathe. Soften the face and the jaw. Good, when you're ready, slowly come out of that. We're going to take that left foot and walk it all the way across towards the long edge of the mat on the right. Then set up for pigeon, second side. So you're going to reach that right leg back. So you might need to kind of shimmy it back a little bit. And you're going to work towards the lower leg of the left being parallel to the top edge of your mat. This is where a prop underneath that left sit bone is good. If you have a block, you can feel free to use it. Otherwise, rolled towel or anything of that nature will work well. Lift your heart, let the right hip drop down. Straight elbows or down onto your forearms if that works for you. Once again, option for reclining pigeon as well. That'll be on your back, making your way into that figure 4 position. Let the back of your neck relax. Take some nice, slow, mindful breaths here. Really notice where you're feeling tension or restriction around the pelvis. See if you can let those areas go. Good, when you're ready, you can slowly come back up, especially if you came down to your forearms, take your time. We'll curl the back toes under, and then step that left leg all the way back, transitioning back to downward facing dog. So pedal out the feet a little bit here, kind of shift your hips from side to side, drop a knee to the center, just kind of feel your body, be in your body, notice how you feel after those poses or asanas. And then do your best to lengthen the heels down to the mat, send the sit bones up and back, appreciating length in the back of the legs and the spine. Looking forward towards your hands, walk your feet up, and then we'll take a forward fold with our feet about the width of the mat. So heels towards the long edges, toes slightly inward. You can grab your ankles here, you can grab opposite elbows. Softening the back of the neck, swaying a little bit, or weight shifting from side to side if that feels good. Maybe even shifting your weight from toes to heels. Letting the low back release. Turn the toes in this time, so the feet will be out at about 45 degrees. So a couple of choices here. You can either come into a yogi squat, where you're going to be up a little bit higher, or if it's in your practice, you can let your sit bones drop all the way down and come into garland pose or malasana. So you're either here, nice and low, or you can be up a little bit higher, forearms to the thighs or hands to the thighs. Okay, there's no judgment, so just do what works for your body. Belly in though, chest lifted. Let's try to bring the hands to heart center. Good, if it works for you, right heel up. Belly in. Good, set it down, lengthening the spine, left heel up. Good, set it down, both heels up. Belly in. And then exhale, release the heels, release the hands. Toe heel your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Place your hands just above your knees. Inhale to standing cow. Exhale to standing cat. Inhale, standing cow. Exhale, come all the way up. Find mountain pose, top of your mat. Roll the shoulders back, pedal out the feet. Have your feet about a fist distance apart. Blink your eyes closed. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just lower your gaze. Notice how your body feels in standing. Notice the ground beneath your feet there supporting you. Notice the openness in your chest, your shoulders, around your pelvis. Relax your face and your jaw. Draw the belly in subtly. Rooting down through your feet, lifting up through the top of the head, appreciating length. Once again, those natural curves in our spine, lifting the top of the head up towards the sky. You can do this with your eyes opened or closed. On your in-breath, sweep your arms up, take a little back bend. As you exhale, bring the hands through heart center and forward fold. Inhale, lift up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Raise your arms up over your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweeping up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Ride the breath all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, take a seat on your mat, and slowly come all the way down to your back. Once you're on your back, pull your knees into your chest and just start to rock them slightly from side to side, massaging out the low back. Eyes can be opened or closed. You can take your arms out to a T, palms up, or bring them up to goalpost arms if that feels good for you. Once again, just appreciating some length in the chest and shoulders. If you feel like a spine twist right now, you're going to let your knees drop to the right and turn your gaze gently to the left. Bring the knees back into the center one at a time and drop them slowly to the left. Turn your gaze to the right, keeping your shoulder blades connected to the mat. Breathing in and out. Noticing how you feel, taking a moment of gratitude for coming to your practice today, for taking this time for self-care. Come back to the center slowly. Take any other poses that might feel good to complete your practice today before making your way into your final relaxation Shavasana. You can take Shavasana traditionally on your back, shoulder blades tucked underneath you, palms open, feet and ankles softened, relaxed out to the sides of the mat, or you can curl up onto either side if that feels better for you. Take a cleansing breath, inhaling deeply through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. Surrender to your mat, yogis. This is the time to be still, to put a pause on the mind chatter, to pause the to-do list. Allow yourself to be here, present, with your breath, with your body, with your spirit. When you feel ready, begin to deepen your breath. Turn your head slightly from side to side. Bend one or both knees up. Rock the knees slightly and then choose a side to come over onto. Curling yourself up there briefly, keeping your eyes closed if that's available. Come to a comfortable seated position, taking your time. Keeping your eyes closed or closing them once you're there. We'll bring the hands to heart center. One more time. Lift the top of the head up, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest and take one deep breath into your heart. My yoga friends, I send you off of your mats with peace and love. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.
Thank you.
You bet. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
You bet.